So it brings me on to talk about our fantastic guest on this webinar here today. And this guest is somebody called Towanna Freeman, who is the principal consultant for Towanna, Freeman and Associates, and she supported us, and she's the creator of blacklifecoaches.net, the #1 life coaching and personal development resource for the black community in the USA. She's a successful life coach, management consultant, inspirational speaker, and advocate for young women. And she's also the co-author of an award-winning book called Purposeful Action: 7 Steps to Fulfillment, which reveals a 7-step method for identifying and effectively pursuing personal and professional goals. Now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let me introduce the lovely Towanna Freeman from America. Towanna, are you there?
I am here. Thank you so much, Jeff. How are you?
I'm fantastic, my dear. How's the webinar sounding? Can you hear me clearly and see the slides?
You sound fantastic, and the slides look great, and I'm honored to be a guest for this wonderful launch.
Thank you so much. So listen, this is your space now, my dear. Tell the people from the UK who you are, your history, what you're about, and your involvement with Academy of Black Mentors and what you want to do for the future. Let everybody know who you are.
Well, there are a few things that I will definitely highlight in my accomplishments, but I first want to apologize for my American accent, and if I have any slangs or if it's irritating to you all, I want to first apologize, because your accents sound a whole lot better than ours. So I want to first get that out of the way. So my apologies in advance.
No problem.
But my background as a coach started way back when I was working in corporate America. I did several layers of management within corporate America. So working for Fortune 500 companies that reign, and as well as the federal government under the presidential advisories. What I did was I served at various levels of management and leadership. From that experience, I was able to transition what I love to do, which is help people. So I was a scientist. I worked in science and engineering and information technology, and I loved doing that work. However, the higher you go in management or in leadership business, you understand that the more work you do is really around personal and professional development, more so the actual technology of what you do. So with that transition, I was able to then start working one-on-one, developing and cultivating a new culture of managers and leaders within my organization, and I fell in love with it. And so after moving all the way up the corporate ladder to go in basically as high as I could go without it causing too much of a disruption to my family, I decided, I've had enough, and it was time for me to do something better, and that was to work for myself and find a way to do what I love to do, allow it to be my full-time occupation. And so I transitioned out of corporate America and then moved into my own area and created my own consulting firm and work outside and became a consultant back to corporate America. Now, the wonderful thing about being able to do something like that and having that freedom to do that is you become your own boss. You have the ability to be creative and give thought to things, bright ideas that really make you feel wonderful about your contributions to society. In addition to that, though, is a lot of hard work. And for all those who are out there who are small business owners, all of you all who are listening who have great passion to giving back and doing something great, the bottom line to it all is that you know as well as I do that it takes a lot of effort. And the one thing that I have to say and be honest about is that having a strong work ethic makes all the difference in your ability to be successful. So in all the years that I continued to be a coach and became certified as a coach and continue to do different things as far as public speaking is concerned, my coaching clientele increased so much so that I did not have enough time in my own schedule to service the people that were coming to me for support and as clients. So I created a network called the Black Life Coaches Network so that I could outsource clients that I could no longer handle on my own outside to those in the network who were certified in the coaching profession. Well, when I first started it, it was something that was just sort of an idea. I didn't really know it was going to take off. but we are only celebrating our 19 months on the internet. And in the 19 months that we've been, online, we are now crossing 150 members.
Wow.
Now, that's not a whole lot in some people's mind, but that is pretty significant to us as Black professionals, because we are very underrepresented professionally. We don't have that many Black life coaches or Black people that are in this profession that work exclusively with other Black people. And even though we have other clients from other ethnic groups, we all had a common thread, and that was we wanted to help our own. And we wanted to help those who needed it, whether it was friends, family. We wanted to do whatever we could to give back and to help those people that we loved. And so the network actually started to grow, and once it took off, now we're attracting coaches, at weeks at a time. We get 5 and 6 and 7 applications to join the network, and we've expanded. And just to be perfectly honest with you, I found Des O'Connor, just because I was looking for talent that were, talented people in the area of life coaching who could provide services and support to the community. And I ran across Des 2 years ago. And the beautiful thing is that, the world has a way of kind of looping everybody together when there's purpose. And that's how I was able to connect with Des, because of his work and his consistent work and his dedicated work to the young people and to helping people build relationships, positive, productive relationships, as well as working as a mentor in the community. That's what drew me to him. And I work with people who have demonstrated ability, who've proven not only do they have a heart and a passion for what they do, but they've learned how to perfect it to where they can continue to do it and they enjoy doing it. And so, the one thing that I really, really think ABM stands for, the Academy of Black Mentors, it stands for that common thread. And that is, no matter who you are, and as you are listening to this presentation, the reason why I believe that this is a great opportunity is because we all know that monetary resources opens the door to give back. Without those monetary resources, you have limited ability. And if you're on this call, you know that not only do you want to have the financial resources, but you also have a desire to help those who are not fortunate enough to help themselves. And you are able to take those resources, those monetary resources, and create programs or give to programs or do things by giving small within your community that you live in. And to do that, you take those resources, your own personal resources, or you raise fundraising resources to help open doors to give to those who can't help themselves. That's a common thread. And because of that principle, I know that the quality of support that comes behind the work that Des has done in the past, it will be consistent with ABM. And so I really encourage all of you all to consider, as you're listening to the presentation, to consider all the opportunities that are going to be made available to you so that you can have the resources to help open those doors that you would like to help in your community. Now, we can all talk about, how the United States and what's going on in the United States. We have some of this, of course, you all know this because we have international news, we have the internet, we can read news across the Atlantic, so much so that we know that we have cases in the United States like Trayvon Martin, the young African-American male who was shot in his community while he was on his way to a convenience store to pick up some snacks. And there's a huge, huge crime in our minds in the United States against black males and racial profiling. I'm sure, and I know this is true, even in your area. And another common thread that we share is that in the United States, as well as, I'm sure, in the home that you are in right now, you all are tired of watching this type of negative news and tired of the blatant and undercover racism that exists in our communities against the African Americans and or the blacks that live across the diaspora in the African continent. The bottom line is that we all need to do something, and we all feel a sense that we need or want to do something. But defining what that is where we all are. And so there are a number of different people who are passionate about what they want to do to take a stand to help fight these issues and help to do a part. Well, the way you do that is building community. And what ABM does is allow you to create community so that those of you who are actively involved in the mentoring process, you can help each other, you can get your message out, you can continue to expand and grow by participating and sharing amongst yourselves. That's what the Black Life Coaches was about. We came together collectively. We have a collegiate environment where we share, we partner, we engage across professional lines, we partner on projects, we invite each other to events, we invite each other to, speak it on radio and or TV. When there's opportunities to be in print publications, I'm always looking for resources within the network to promote and to push, because it's about community and helping those within our community. Because I believe that the more we consider our condition and the more we consider what it is that we need to do differently as we look at the world through our eyes, as we consider those things, we will then put our hands into and on projects that will begin to make a difference. And so in the United States, we welcome and are so happy to be able to partner with another group who have the same type of mission and the same purpose that we have in Black Life Coaches, and that's to build community. And Des, is working so hard, and he continues to work hard, and he's just one of many of the coaches that are in the network. However, he's one that is uniquely placed in the UK, and he was the first from the UK, and I welcome more to come from the UK. But because Des, embraced us, we embrace him as well, and we look forward to supporting him as he launches his book, as he continues to promote different events that are going on with the Academy of Black Mentors. And as he said, if there is an event or something that's being promoted from the ABM, Black Life Coaches is standing by to ensure that the internet traffic that we receive and the supporters and partners that we have that love what we do will also hear about what's going on in ABM. And sharing other people's internet traffic is a part of the process. We're not, you can't be successful just throwing up a website alone without having anybody know you exist. The only way people know who you are and where you are is through partnering. And Black Life Coaches is a partner of ABM. And so I encourage each and every one of you. I hope I haven't missed anything. Des, please let me know if I've not covered anything. But I definitely believe that this is the beginning of something great. And the ABM program and the way that you all are going to come together, and I know it's the launch, but I believe that there's going to be a rhythm. And I believe that you all will be able to continue to create the community and grow and continue to grow as a collective as you look at that common thread, and that is to open the door so that you can get back.
Excellent. Fantastic. I mean, I couldn't have said that better myself, Towanna. Thank you very much. And this is very interesting because this in the UK, this has never happened before, this type of event, us collaborating and working very closely with people in America that share the same vision, and I'm making more contacts in the States, and I know you've got a lot of contacts in the States, and that's not even mentioning Canada as well and Africa as well. So can you imagine if we all came together as one force and providing so much value to families and the children globally? It's absolutely fantastic, and I thank you for all your support and your time this evening, and I'll keep you sort of posted. And those of you that are on the webinar, if you look at all the pictures, you can actually see me in the middle there with the white shirt and the black. That's me. So that's an old picture, and I've told her to take that down, and she won't take it down. But on a serious note, we embrace you as well, and I'm sure that a lot of people will contact you. And I'm saying, guys, contact her. I'm going to give her details in a minute, but she's a fantastic, powerful black woman, and she has connections out there. And like I'm saying before, I'm holding a massive seminar next year for black women. And I'm inviting Towanna to come along to that because we need to hear you speak on stage because you're so much value that you can bring to us over there. Coaching in the UK is nothing like what it's like in the States. In the States, it's the norm coaching. You guys are, you know, doing Robin style, jumping up in the air and walking on fire and all that kind of stuff. We don't do those things over here. It's very like, you know, those things are, people in the UK think you guys are crazy, jumping up and down and all that kind of.
We think he's crazy too, Dad.
I don't think he's crazy. I'm into that. I'm the one up there jumping up and down and you know and loving myself and all that because you know it's all about the state, isn't it? Once you've got you know we've all had problems in our life, and it's you know sometimes you need to not look at it as a negative and look at it as a learning experience and how you can develop yourself and learn from that and grow. And people will pick up on that and just inspire people, and that's what this was all about, you know.
Absolutely. And you know what? You brought up something that a point I want to make before I actually back out of the dialogue. That is in reference to the perception that you're not good enough. So there are so often a lot of coaches and people who own businesses that offer services to the public, sometimes they are so hesitant to move forward because they believe what they have to offer is not as good as someone else that they've seen or compared themselves to. I absolutely beg to differ. I do not believe that we are all here to talk to everybody. We're not called here to serve all people for all reasons. I believe that each and every one of us have a distinct audience that belong to you. I believe that there's a particular client and customer that belong to you, that are going to be drawn to what you have to offer that's special and unique. People can look at me and they can say, oh, I don't like the way Towanna looks. I don't like the way she sounds. I don't like the fact that she went to a black university. I don't believe that, you know, she's qualified to do this. It doesn't matter. There's so many things that people could pick apart as far as who I am. But the one thing I know is sure, I know that those people who do want to hear from me, they'll come to me based on what I have to offer. They'll be drawn to what I have to offer. So what I have is good enough for those who want it. So if you keep that in mind, it does not matter how you know, what it is, as you go through the training process and you learn how to perfect your craft so that you can present quality services through this program and this mentoring academy, the more you develop and create that environment of quality and excellence, you do it knowing who your ideal client is or who your ideal customer is and not worry about who else is out there. Stay focused on what you offer, and it is good enough.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Excellent. Awesome. Well, let me just let everybody know, because I'm sure some people are going to want to know how they can get hold of you. And there we have it. If you want to get hold of Towanna, everybody, if you go to www.blacklifecoaches.net, her email address is towanna@blacklifecoaches.net. Is that correct, Towanna?
That's correct, yes.
It'd be really silly if I got it wrong. It would really look stupid, wouldn't I? But yeah, that is it. And you can get them on Facebook as well. And they just look up Black Life Coaches on Facebook. Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay, brilliant. Well, let me just crack on. Towanna, thank you so much for that, for being part and taking the time. What's the time? What's the time in the States now?
It's 3:45.
3:45. Wow. Brilliant. Okay. Well, look, thank you. Stay tuned to the webinar.
Thank you.
Because I'm sure there may be some questions at the end for people, because I've still got a lot more slides to go through. But thank you so much, and we will connect soon. I'm sure we will.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Okay.